Hello dear students, today we will discuss the exercise work or the book work of the lesson, that is the sermon at Benares. So first I will try to make you visualize the certain words, and we will try to understand their meanings, because in your book there are some words given. You have to match them with the suitable meanings, like vowed, sermon, insecutable, preserve, vowed, sermon, insecutable, preserve. Yes. So vowed means made a serious promise, sermon. Okay. Sermon means a religious lecture, खुतबा जिसको हम कहते हैं उर्दू में. Insecutable means hard to understand. Insecutable means hard to understand. Yes. Write down. Preserve. Preserve, to keep on its original state. Now we have been given here a passage. We will read the passage, then try to give the answer of the questions which are given at the end of the passage. Listen please, carefully listen carefully. He wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a fig tree, where he vowed to stay until enlightenment. Until enlightenment came. Enlightened after 7 days, he renamed the tree the bow tree, tree of wisdom, and began to reach and to share his new understanding. At the point he became known as the Buddha, the awakened or the enlightened. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares, and most holy of the dipping place on the river Gangas. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one insecutable kind of suffering, as I have discussed with you. So try to understand these things. We know that first thing is that Siddhartha Gautama wandered for 7 years to seek dash about human sufferings. Siddhartha Gautama wandered for 7 years to seek dash about human sufferings, to seek enlightenment. Shabash, very good. Enlightenment. Siddhartha Gautama wandered for 7 years to seek enlightenment about human suffering. Second is here, the Buddha dash under a fig tree for 7 days, and at last enlightenment came to him. The Buddha meditated. Under a fig tree for 7 days, and at last enlightenment came to him. Third one, he gave his first dash at Benares. He gave his first sermon at Benares. Very good. Fourth one, the Buddha's first sermon shows his dash about one human suffering that is difficult to understand. Buddha's first sermon shows his dash about one human suffering that is difficult to understand. The Buddha's first sermon shows his wisdom about one human suffering. Okay, this was the first passage which we read. Then try to solve the questions which were given at the end. So second, I will here read out the second. The Kisa Gautami had only one son, and he died. In her grief, she cried the dead child to all her. She carried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine, and the people said, "She has lost her senses. The boy is dead." At length, Kisa Gautami met a man who replied to her request, "I can't give the medicine, for thy child, but I know a physician who can. And the girl said, Pray tell me, please tell me, sir, who is it? And the man replied, Go to Sulaimani, the Buddha. The Kisa Gotami repaired to the Buddha and cried, Kusa, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy. So there are certain words you have to find out the antonyms of these words. Joy, grief. The opposite of joy is grief, antonym. Alive, dead. Alive, dead. Found, lost. Found, lost. Slave, master. Grief. So we will try to understand grief, joy. Yes, fill in the blanks. Kisa Gotmi was in dash because her only son had died. Kisa Gotmi was in grief because her only son had died. Second question. She asked from all her neighbors for dash to cure her son. She asked from all her neighbors for a medicine to cure her son. A man suggested that she should go to dash. A man suggested that she should go to the Buddha. She dashed the Buddha to give her medicine that could cure her son. She requested the Buddha. She requested the Buddha to. She requested to the Buddha to give her medicine that could cure her son. So this was all about these two passages. Inshallah, next time we will discuss the other questions regarding this same regarding the same lesson. Hope you will